Great. Thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate it. So Larry just announced the latest service as part of our Oracle Autonomous Database cloud offering, Oracle Transaction Processing. And this is part of an autonomous database announcement and offering that we believe is one of the most significant in the history of Oracle, and that's saying a lot. And we believe it represents a combination of 4 decades worth of innovation. And we're delivering to market something that not only our competitors can't do, but something they didn't even think to do. It is that powerful. And we believe that autonomous database can actually help us reshape our approach to IT, free our budgets, free our resources, and free our imaginations to focus on innovation and driving real business growth and new business value. And we believe that we're delivering it at a perfect time for our customers, and I'm going to be joined soon by our customers, and we're going to hear their stories firsthand. I mean, today, the emerging technologies permeate every aspect of work and life. And these emerging technologies, whether it's AI or machine learning or IoT or blockchain or human interfaces, are enabling us to embrace innovation in a way we never could before. And ultimately, it's all about us reimagining what's possible in both work and life, whether it's self-driving cars or personalized medicine or prescriptive agriculture, predictive agriculture, or things like smart cities that are changing the way we experience the world around us. It's all about new possibilities, redefining how businesses run and how people both work and live. And it's ultimately about realizing these incredible opportunities that are in front of us. However, now with opportunities, there comes challenges. I mean, that's just the nature of opportunity. I'd say that if you're on a path that doesn't have any obstacles, it's probably not worth following. And we believe that there's no challenges that are more relevant today than security. As we become more connected, the threats become more real. As we have a larger surface area, the threats become increasingly more complex and difficult to prevent. And the bad guys, who are often state-sponsored actors, are using the same emerging technology to wage a highly sophisticated war against us. And companies of all sizes are struggling to keep up with these persistent attacks. So how do we address these seemingly competing items? How do we reduce risk while at the same time monetize these incredible opportunities we have with respect to innovation in these emerging technologies? And the answer to that is autonomous. Autonomous allows us to fight cyber criminals. We can use machines to fight machines to reduce our risk. And autonomous also allows us to innovate, to drive new insights, to process data faster, to scale faster, to get applications to market quicker than we've ever been able to do before. Autonomous allows us to innovate while at the same time reducing risks. And for Oracle, what's important for us is to provide a simple path to autonomous for our customers. And for our customers, that path is as simple as an upgrade. I mean, with an upgrade, you can leverage your existing skill set, your existing investments. You can upgrade your experiences. You can upgrade your capabilities, right? You can move to an autonomous AI-based future today. And for our new customers, it's a new starting point based on an innovation platform that continues to deliver and spans all 3 layers of cloud. So we can get them on the path to autonomous. And again, once we're on that path to autonomous, you can experience an autonomous AI-based future today, not tomorrow. We offer that to our customers today, and we're going to hear supporting stories from that. And ultimately, the Oracle Autonomous Cloud really is this new category based on machine learning. Right, and Larry talked about this. What does that allow us to do? What are the attributes of that category? How is it differentiated? It is self-driving, automatically provisioning, tuning, monitoring, upgrading. It is self-securing, automatically applying patches with no downtime. And it is self-repairing, where we can guarantee less than 2.5 minutes a month of both planned and unplanned downtime. And how do those attributes relate to customer benefits? Well, with less administration, I can reduce the cost. Not only can I reduce the cost of administration, but every hour I spend on administration, I can put that towards innovation. It's really important. We can reduce risks. There are real costs associated with risks. You can avoid the actual breach cost. There's reputational damage. There's shareholder value. There's revenue losses associated with breach. We heard the incredible stat about the amount of breaches that occur even though patches are available. Imagine having a system that patches itself. And finally, it accelerates time to innovation, right? Rapid insights where I can provision a data warehouse in seconds, or I can deploy new applications in minutes. Those are the benefits that autonomous database provides. And we have many customers today who are seeing those benefits of autonomous. And while they're different sized companies in different industries, what they have in common is they've all embraced autonomous solutions to help drive new business value. We have Hertz that went from 2 weeks to 8 minutes to provision a database. So it allows them to get faster time to market for strategic competitive programs. We have a partner like Accenture who said the autonomous database is 14 times faster than any competitive product in the market. And we have a small Dallas-based firm called QMP who's in the lab management business, and they were able to reduce the time it took to get lab results from 2 weeks to as fast as 30 minutes. I mean, think about that. That's faster time to results. That means faster time to diagnosis, which means faster time to treatment and recovery. So our customers are driving really important outcomes. And we're lucky today to have 3 customers who join us, Gap, DropTank, and Data Intensity, to share their experience with Oracle Cloud and their views on autonomous. So I'd like them to join me on stage. And as they join me, I'd like to share a quick video with everybody in the room. Cool, moody intro there, huh? That was awesome. Wow, dramatic. Great, thank you for joining us. I'd love to go ahead and introduce the panel. Again, really thankful for you joining us and participating today. First, I'm excited to introduce Connie Santelli, who's Gap's Vice President of Engineering and International, and FS Nooruddin, who is Gap's Chief IT Architect. Gap, as you all know, is a well-known global retailer. They offer apparel and accessories in over 90 different countries. Notable brands such as Old Navy, Banana Republic, Athleta, nice cozy pants. Hopefully those come out in a men's soon. And so Gap is moving to the cloud to continue to innovate and differentiate, and we're going to hear about this fast-moving industry. Next, I'd like to introduce David VanWiggeren, the CEO of DropTank. DropTank is an emerging company who's really finding new ways for legacy industries to modernize, to engage customers in new ways and drive new business growth and really new revenue streams. They specialize in gas station loyalty and rewards, and they're now expanding to serve both airlines as well as hotel industry. David, thanks for joining us. And finally, I'd like to introduce Marc Caruso, who's the CTO of Application Practice for Data Intensity. Probably the coolest name ever, Data Intensity. I just sort of like saying that. I want to get that on a t-shirt. It's a managed service provider providing enterprise applications and data management. You have over 650 customers and you're managing 15,000 environments. Pretty incredible. And Data Intensity specializes in Oracle ERP, database management, BI, analytics, and as well as infrastructure. So thank you all for joining us. And Connie, I'd love to start with you. Sort of the retail space is fascinating, and I know that fashion and retail really is changing at this rapid pace. And from our understanding of customers to sort of multi-channel engagement to how we experience and create these new experiences for retail. And can you tell us about this new converged, commerce paradigm and what opportunities it creates for you?
Sure, thanks. I think most people know that in the retail industry, we've had a really large disruption in terms of digital and what's been happening for us and our customers. All of us as customers want to shop anywhere, anytime, on any device. It's a 24/7 kind of demand that we have to satisfy. And so that's changed the paradigm for us a little bit, and we want to be able to create this experience for our customers that's seamless between the digital experience and then carry that through in terms of the stores, which is the traditional base that we know of. So it's created a lot of change for us in terms of trying to manage that and to meet our customers in the way that they want to be met and in the way that they want to be met. They also have expectations about more personalization and things of that nature where it's changed how we start to leverage both of those channels, and we want to be able to converge those two channels into that frictionless experience that we can carry them through both from the digital side and into the store. So it's part of that is what we call converged commerce across both channels and being able to leverage and optimize them.
No, it's fantastic. Can you talk to how Oracle Cloud helps you address these opportunities to differentiate, and how it really helps you keep up with this pace of change that's going on in the market?
Sure. A couple of years ago, we started to look at, like everyone who works in technology, what platforms are available to us and what can we start to leverage to start to innovate more and be able to create better opportunities in terms of the platforms and what we're able to do for our customers. And so we started to look at the opportunities that were available in the Oracle stack, and we started to look at being able to leverage all the way from SaaS down to the IaaS and PaaS layers in our platforms. We wanted to be able to create those platforms that we could be simplified, highly resilient, highly available, so that we'd give our business the opportunity to be able to innovate and incubate in terms of what we could offer from a technology platform. And so we started most recently with early adopter of the Oracle Retail SaaS applications, and then also leveraging the IaaS and PaaS capabilities for our EPM suite in Hyperion.
Well, that's fantastic, and a great example of using all three layers of the cloud. FS, in addition to sort of the retail cloud we talked about, how are you looking at using the PaaS and infrastructure? Like, what are some of the benefits you're seeing today, and how are you using them?
So as Connie mentioned, we've had good success moving our retail packages, Oracle retail packages, to Oracle Retail Cloud. The real advantage we're seeing with using your IaaS and PaaS offerings is, one, we can build our integration layers there, so we don't have our retail backends running in one place, applications and so on and so forth, and we have to kind of jerry-rig this together. So having those integration services provided as PaaS solutions as well has been very good and easy for us. In addition, along with the Oracle retail packages, there's a whole ecosystem of applications that go along with it to make the whole thing work. So just having the flexibility of deploying our applications close to where our retail packages are has been very beneficial to us.
That's great. Now, Larry talked about the benefits of autonomous. What are some of the reasons you're looking at autonomous, and what do you see as the benefits?
So I think just to pick on security that Larry was speaking about, one of the big benefits that we see is to be able to spin up and down lower environments like test and dev and perf environments, and we can be sure that all of those environments are also patched and secured. Most of us are pretty good at keeping track of our production environments, but the lower environments not so much. So once we move to this platform, we are convinced, we'll be assured that all our environments, no matter where in the world they're spun up, are at par with the latest security and other sort of vulnerabilities and are patched.
That's fantastic, thank you. Now, David, welcome. I understand that you're creating new ways for really long-standing industries to engage with customers and really drive new revenue growth. You began focused on fuel discount rewards and now are changing, expanding into multiple industries. Can you tell us about how cloud helped you reimagine your business?
Sure. So Droptank specializes in gas station loyalty technology and loyalty solutions, and it really started with the ability to roll back prices at the pump, and I'm sure many people have done that. The products were very anonymous, and so there wasn't a ton of data to actually capture. But as the model has evolved, we're finding that we can drive a lot of value for our gas station networks by making those networks attractive to existing loyalty programs that want to engage with their members. So Fuel and C-Store typically have over one time a week on average people are visiting gas and C-Store. And so that's a real opportunity for engagement for existing programs, whether it's airline or hotel and things like that. So as we saw that opportunity, we started saying, wow, there's a ton of integration that's going to happen here.
Yeah.
How are we going to do that? So it started for us with Oracle Integration Cloud Services. That was the starting point about a year and a half ago for us, is why we got into the Oracle relationship.
So you're connecting over 3,500 different network locations using Integration Cloud. Now, can you sort of expand on that? What led you to Oracle Cloud and integration, and ultimately autonomous as well? I know you're a user of that.
Sure. So it started about 4 to 5 years ago. We had about 100 gas stations that we literally had a black box that we would ship to the station, a little black box. And you'd plug it into the point of sale system and it would connect to us, and that's how we transacted. But that's a little difficult to scale. We're now at about 3,500 gas stations that we're connected to, and there is no black box. There's just a direct connection to our, actually the Oracle system that we have today. So that was a key part of the integration. And then this new loyalty solution we've rolled out for a major oil that's based in the Midwest and Southeast called Marathon Petroleum. The program's called Make It Count, and it has multiple partners. So we needed to be able to integrate with an app and a website. We need to integrate with loyalty processing, reward engine. We needed to be able to integrate with our partners Southwest and La Quinta and things. So that led us to the Oracle Integration Cloud Services. And then we're a small company thinking about the future of our organization. And it's much better to start with a technology infrastructure, a platform that doesn't require a room full of DBAs, you know?
Yeah.
Nobody wants that. We don't want that. So we're looking for tools that are going to allow us to do some amazing things at low cost and very efficiently. And so that led to autonomous.
And you're integrating across all these different point-of-sale environments and with your different partners. And from what I understand, you're gathering this all into the Oracle Autonomous Data Warehouse, and then you're driving the analytics and kicking back to your partners' trends so they can make more intelligent decisions on future promotions.
Yeah, we have to. It's a loyalty solution. It's driven by data. Without that data, you're going to make very inefficient decisions and be less valuable to your partners, for sure.
Great. So integration and autonomous working together. Mark, I know you're a managed service provider focused on hybrid cloud. You know, one of the reasons we're excited to have you on the panel is you're both a customer as well as a partner. Now, I understand you're primarily focused on moving mission-critical applications and workloads to the cloud. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've been in business since 2001. We're about 800 people globally. And we were really founded to provide 24/7 support, primarily in the Oracle ecosystem. So we started out with Oracle Database and e-Business Suite. And as Oracle started acquiring companies, we have started supporting more and more applications. And for us, it's important, as we started expanding our own business systems, we also wanted to use the systems that we were supporting. So we're an Oracle e-Business Suite customer. We use Oracle Business Intelligence, Oracle Database, Oracle Middleware. And so in our cloud journey, as we started to really kind of evolve our own offerings, we knew that customers needed to have a place that they could go to be able to scale, have high performance, be secure. And for us, we knew that we needed to do that first for ourselves. So we migrated our own e-Business Suite environment to Oracle Cloud Infrastructure, and more recently have migrated our business intelligence platform to Oracle's Autonomous Analytics Cloud with an Autonomous Data Warehouse backend.
That's great. And from what I understand, since you've deployed it, you've seen no downtime, and you've been able to do this with absolutely zero administration. Is that right?
Well, it's funny because I've checked in with the team, and I said, how are things going? And they said, it's going fine. We haven't had to do anything with it. It's actually just run itself, which is a pretty good proof point. So for the last 2 months, as we've continued to add data sources, add reports, add dashboards, the system is just run, and it continues to respond very quickly. So we're getting dashboard refreshes and report refreshes in a second or two versus what we were seeing on-prem of 4 or 5 seconds. And we were on some pretty cutting-edge infrastructure when we were on-prem as well.
Oh, it's fantastic. Can you tell us maybe a little bit more about your implementation? From what I understand, you got users today, but that's looking to grow by a factor of 10x in a short time frame?
Yeah, like a lot of ERP customers, we decided to push our reporting to further in the implementation. And so we were a little bit behind, and we knew that we needed to scale up pretty quickly. So we've got about 30 users on the system right now, several hundred gigabytes worth of data. And by the middle of next year, we're expecting that to be quadruple and 10 times the number of users. So it was really important for us to be on a system that we really didn't have to be paying attention to. We want our resources deployed for our customers, not on our internal stuff.
And from what I understand too, you're using less horsepower on the Autonomous Data Warehouse Cloud, but you're still getting a 5x performance increase.
Yeah, we're using half of the horsepower in Autonomous than we were on-prem. And it's been pretty amazing
500% increase.
Yeah, exactly.
Amazing, that's great. FS, we can come back to you. So, you mentioned how data is important to retail. We spoke about that before, and to your company and the decisions you make. How do you bridge current and historical data with new data that you continue to collect and really combine it so you can get insights into all aspects of your business?
That's a really good question and a tough problem. So we're about 50 years old. Gap was one of the the first and the leaders in e-commerce back in the early 2000s. So we have a lot of data about our customers, about our stores, about our products, and every aspect of our business. And they're all unfortunately siloed in various forms of EDWs and things that we have that we built over time, over decades. So we are working closely with Oracle, and Oracle is helping us figure out how we can take all that on-prem data and migrate it into one of your autonomous offerings so that we can bring it all in one place, and then we can analyze it and derive insights and value out of it. Right. So we're really looking forward to Oracle helping us crack that nut.
From what I understand, you have an active POC going today.
Talking about Teradata on-prem and what options Oracle has to move us off that into one of the cloud-based solutions.
Fantastic. That's great. Dave, can you talk to us about business insights since we're sort of on data and analytics? I understand that's sort of critical to what you do. What are the benefits you're seeing with respect to Oracle Autonomous Analytics and Cloud?
Sure. So it's a loyalty solution, so it has to be driven, as I said earlier, by data. And it's not just the ability to get analytics out of a data warehouse, but it's also the hope of predictive analytics. What customer segments are going to respond well to offers based on previous promotions or offers and things like that. So it's about getting the right offers to the right members at the right time, and of course doing it very efficiently and quickly. So that's what autonomous really means for us when it comes to analytics.
That's great. That's great. Marc, so I know you've already seen some great results with respect to both the ease of the reporting as well as the faster time insights. You mentioned it briefly, but can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, I mean, the most interesting to me was the fact that we were able to deploy it very, very quickly. So it was a matter of minutes to get the database deployed, to get Analytics Cloud deployed. The migration itself only took a couple of days, and that was all the planning around it and the actual execution of it. So for us, we were able to get what we thought was going to take several weeks to do. We wound up doing it in a few days, and that enabled us to really focus on the task of getting our data where we wanted it to be, working on the dashboards and the reports, not having to worry about the infrastructure or storage or anything else. So aside from the reporting and the time to migration, the ability to focus on the task at hand, we know that we're not going to have to spend time administering. We're not going to have to spend time worrying about downtime for patching, worrying about the security of our data. That's all going to be handled for us.
You're also seeing the reporting getting completed in seconds versus minutes before.
Yeah, absolutely. And that really encourages user adoption as well. When they go in and they have a great user experience, that's something that's pretty key for us.
Great. Can we shift real quick to business continuity? I want to come back to you as well, Connie. This is really important, and especially how you deal with mission critical applications for your companies. Like, how does Autonomous Cloud help you address sort of the uptime and the business continuity?
Well, I think one of the biggest things that we deal with, especially with the amount of ERP work that we do, is making sure that customers have a solution that they don't need to worry about if something happens to the data center or happens to the network or something, that there's an automatic solution for them to have deployed that they'll get the level of uptime that they need.
That's great. So, Connie, I know we've talked before about the importance of performance and scalability. It's critical to everything you do, especially with the sheer volume of business you support and these really tight SLAs you need to meet for the business. Mm-hmm. Can you tell us how machine learning and autonomous can really help you address that?
Yeah, I think for our enterprise, we actually operate over 3,000 stores, 90 countries, hundreds of franchisees. So we do move a lot of data through our enterprise from the time that we're building and bringing goods into our data warehouse, our warehouses, and to the time that we're selling. So there's a lot of movement of information that we have to process through all of our applications. And so we have to do that on a timely basis so that we're able to provide that information to our business to make really relevant decisions in terms of how they manage that. And then, of course, downstream and reporting and results and things of that nature. So the SLAs that we have to run across the platforms are really tight to be able to process and be able to get that information out to the business partners around the globe. The notion of being able to do that quicker with performance and being able to manage that with autonomous. If we get to that, we do work on Exadata. We're starting to move on to Exadata platforms. It's really crucial to be able to optimize that capacity and that window we have to process that data. And of course, it fluctuates in terms of what's happening, peak season for retailers through the holiday seasons. Yeah. Data volumes increase, so we have to manage to those workloads. So being able to have something that can be extendable and extensible to that level would be really terrific for us.
Yeah. And prior to autonomous database, you just have to build that all yourself.
You have to build to the maximum, right, to the peak performance.
Yeah, got it. That's great. David, I understand, scalability is pretty critical to your business as well, particularly loyalty, rewards. And can you tell us about how autonomous database enables that scale? You have some specific examples.
Yeah, sure. It's similar to what Connie was saying. It cuts a couple of different ways. First of all, it's a new program. The network's growing. Membership is growing. So we expect transaction volume to be 50x what it is today, into next year. And so, and there's a wide range. Is it 30x? Is it 100x? So you don't know exactly what to build to. Autonomous helps with that. We don't have to worry about it. We can focus on the business and getting to that 50x. That's one thing. Second thing is the nature of our business. There are promotions and campaigns, and some of them are very time-boxed. So a funny example of that is we have a great relationship with the airline partner. They're supportive of the program, and they decided to send an email introducing the we to millions of their members. And they sent, I forget how many millions of emails in about 15 minutes. And so we got some advance notice, that was good. But I was actually on a plane, I had Wi-Fi, and was able to watch people move from the welcome page to enrollment, and then started seeing a bunch of APIs getting hit for enrollment into the program, and saw numbers, move very quickly, and it handled it smoothly. We were worried about it, but it gave us a lot of confidence that if we can handle that, we can handle a lot. Anyway, those are
autonomous helped enable that.
Yeah, exactly.
That's great. So there's another really critical part that Larry talked about with respect to the self-patching. FS wanted to talk to you about that and sort of that key category attribute. With Gap, with respect to self-patching, how does this sort of technology help your team sort of addressing, staying on the latest current rev, sort of protecting your environment? How do you view self-patching?
So I think Larry went through all the benefits of self-patching and auto-updating and all the other smarts that Oracle is putting into your database offerings. So I'd like to address perhaps a slightly different point. So one reason we really appreciate Oracle's partnership in these kind of programs is that Oracle is not just selling us this technology and saying, now your DBAs can go do higher level things, and good luck training them, and we'll see you next year.
Peace out.
But Oracle really has been a partner with us in helping us define what sort of education programs we need to upskill our workforce, what are some of the other transformation things that we need to put in place to take the same people who were doing the necessary but now mundane work of OS patching, security patching, and all of that stuff. How do we take them? How do we transform them? How do we upskill them so that they stay with us because they know our business inside out? They know how our company operates. They're extremely valuable members of our community. So we really do have to keep them and upskill them, and Oracle's been a great partner here.
Fantastic. So it's helping you deal with that change management internally as well.
It's people process tools, right?
Yeah.
So, Larry talked about the technology portion, but until you take care of the people and the processes, I believe you can't really take advantage of all that the technology is offering you.
It's fantastic. Connie, we talked about self-patching, but Larry had also talked to self-driving, self-tuning, self-administration. How do you sort of see the benefits of that and what you guys are trying to accomplish?
Yeah, that has always been a challenge for us, right? Every time we try to enable new capabilities or patch or try to upgrade any of the application set, our teams always spend an enormous amount of time having to go back and do that kind of performance tuning to exactly what Larry was talking about, making sure those queries and those plans are executing at the highest performance. And so over time, that just becomes bigger and bigger workloads for our teams, and we can end up spending days and weeks trying to get to those performance levels that we've already had or trying to exceed them. So being able to have a database, an autonomous database that actually does that intuitively and innately will take a lot of that workload off our teams and just be a tremendous amount of opportunity for us to repurpose those resources onto things that would be of higher quality and value for us.
That's great. That's great. Mark, to that end, and I think picking up on what FS had talked about, sort of the changing role of the DBA. I understand you employ hundreds of DBAs in your company. How do you see their role changing with autonomous?
Yeah, it's interesting. We as a company have had a strategy for the last 6 or 7 years that we wanted to move up the stack. So we started offering a lot more functional services and development services, enterprise architecture, and we're expecting that our staff is going to follow suit. So there's opportunity to get more involved in data architecture and data integration, cloud engineering, and things like that I think are really going to keep things interesting for the folks who have those positions now.
That's great. That's great. Dave, probably the last question for you. Do a lot of transaction processing in your world. Larry talked about ATP. How do you see the business benefits of this new autonomous service offering?
Yeah, it's a continuation of the relationship with Oracle. It actually couldn't have come at a better time. It's interesting. I agreed to participate in this before I really understood what the transaction processing piece was. We're already planning to move our transaction processing off Rackspace into the Oracle Cloud. My assumption is we're going to give this a very hard look. Transaction processing, at the end of the day, is it's the lifeblood of our business.
That's great. FS, I know you rely on high performance transaction processing as well. What's your reaction to the new announcement that Larry did for us earlier?
So we, will also be taking a very hard look at this. We are already, as Connie was saying, exploring Exadata and some other options on the Oracle Cloud as it is. So we'll just continue down that journey with Oracle and looking forward to good things to come.
Great, thank you. Connie, last question for you. I know that expansion on the digital front is sort of paramount to what's on your mind, but at the same time, physical stores still are very important. It's about the right size, the right product mix. You're engaging in a social context with customers. Can you tell us about the future of retail and how you view Oracle helping to enable that?
Yeah, it'll always be about getting the right product onto our websites and into our stores, but the idea is how do we maximize that and leverage that to the fullest capabilities. And as I mentioned, things are changing in terms of how we engage with our customers. There's heightened expectation levels in terms of how we work together and how we spend time together. There's things that we try to do that will help us engage with them in a deeper level, such as offering store classes in our stores. We do things like that. We offer monogramming services, personalization in terms of styling, things of that nature. So they become more and more important in terms of retailing, and it's more about that engagement with our customer and that, as I talked about, that seamless engagement. So we're looking to optimize our platform so that we're taking some of those resources, and rather than having to do those tasks that we've had to do in the past, we're able to leverage those teams and those resources to enable more of these capabilities on simplified and resilient platforms that we want to continue to build out on and accelerate that. Right.
That's great. Thank you so much. Thank you all four for joining us. Can you help me thank the panel? All right, we got some more ready. Appreciate it. Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate it. That was awesome. It's always great to hear from them directly, and I think what we're seeing is that autonomous database and Oracle Cloud are helping to drive real outcomes, for both businesses and people, and that's really important as we move forward on this path to cloud. And again, for us, again, providing a simple path to enabling customers and all these emerging technologies is something that's really important to us. So again, for our existing customers, that path to autonomous could be as simple as an upgrade. And again, for new customers, it's about a new platform that's an innovation platform that really spans all layers of cloud. Then once you're on that path, the autonomous opens up a world of possibilities. You can move from operations to innovation. It's what you just talked about. We can find new and better ways to develop and deliver apps and services and real differentiated experiences. We can see the signals and predict outcomes. We talked about a predictive approach. Not only just getting questions to answers you ask, but getting questions to answers to questions you didn't even think to ask. And I think that's sort of the power of what we're talking about here. We can run our organization smarter, faster, more securely with scale. And ultimately, we can reduce costs while at the same time reducing risk. That is what autonomous provides. So and then I'll just say, today we talked about these incredibly important milestones around autonomous database, But we've also announced several other autonomous services: app dev, mobility, blockchain, integration, analytics, security management. I see some of the team in the room. Siddhartha, I'll give you a shout out. What's going on? Again, and we have more coming as well. We're dedicated to this entire platform category and making it autonomous. And I encourage all of you who are tuning in or are here with us today, go start today. You can learn more at oracle.com/autonomous database. You could try it, as Larry had said. We have a great trial right now, 2 terabytes of autonomous database free for 3,300 hours. Go check that out. And you can calculate the possible savings as well. I'd also encourage you, when Larry had talked about it, we'll have more to announce at Open World. We hope you'll all join us there. We'll have over 2,000 expert-led sessions on the possibilities with respect to autonomous, and we're going to hear from many additional customers on the benefits they're seeing moving to Oracle Autonomous Cloud, and hope you guys will be able to join us there as well. So that's it. I really want to thank you for your time today. I think when you think about the transition to a modern cloud, when you think about the future of data management and you think about Oracle, think autonomous. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Great, thank you so much.